I'm beginning to think people are really starting to underestimate this Pittsburgh Steelers team, and I really don't think it's warranted. Now, yes, the Steelers are 1-1 to start the season, and yes, week 1 was pretty horrific in terms of, them putting up a fight with the San Francisco 49ers. However, we knew the Steelers were going to bounce back, or at least needed to put up a fight on Monday night, and that's what they did when they took on the Cleveland Browns, and man, did that defense show up when they needed them the most. But also, there are still so many question marks surrounding this offense and the play calling. Now, this is when I want to ask you guys a quick question. Should the Steelers fire Matt Canada? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm actually very curious to see what you guys have to say about this topic. During the game, there was chants going out saying fire Matt Canada. The Steelers fan base seemed like they were all, in the same category, in the same mindset in terms of firing him. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But in this video, I'll be breaking down what we've seen so far out of the Steelers, but more importantly, why I think the NFL needs to stop sleeping on Pittsburgh.
I've been made aware of it. Obviously I was working, we had a tough play. There's not 1 ounce of lack of confidence in the players that I have or lack of confidence in the coaches I have. We're gonna play better. We're gonna get it right. We're not putting it on the field that we expected to do in those first 2 games. The fans want us to win. They want us to play better. So, there's nothing wrong with their passion and those things. And obviously we're not gonna, Mike T says it all the time, right? We're not running away from it. We expect to be better. We're going to be better. I firmly believe that. So until we do that, obviously there's going to be frustration. Most frustrations in our, with our guys because we're not happy with what we're putting on tape and what we're putting on the field. So we'll continue to work.
Now, last season, the Steelers were actually one of the most terrifying defenses in all of football. According to PFF, the Steelers ranked 10th in run defense score, including 4 games where they ranked in the top 3 of the entire NFL. And the Steelers also ranked 7th in tackling efficiency, but unfortunately ranked 22nd in pass rush score. But that actually doesn't surprise me. Once TJ Watt returned to the lineup, they were pretty much unstoppable. In fact, 7 of the top 8 games from when Watt played were when Watt played. So when Watt's in the lineup, they are a much better pass rush team, and quite frankly, one of the best pass rush teams when he's playing. And with the rush getting going late in the season last year, so did their pass coverage as well. And now, as for this season, things really started bad, but after what I saw in week 2, I think they're going to start trending back in the right direction. Now, in week 2, this defense came alive once again, and sometimes all a team needs is a little, good week to knock off all the rust. And the Browns offense was in shambles, trying to pass the football. The Pittsburgh defense combined for 6 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss, 8 pass deflections, 11 quarterback hits, 3 forced fumbles, and an interception return for a touchdown as well. Quite a legendary performance for this defense, who quite frankly led this team to the victory. Now listen to this. TJ Watt, one of the league's most electrifying defenders, is already off, to a defensive player of the year type of season. Throughout 2 games, he's rallied up 3 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown. I mean, he's on pace to dominate the entirety of the NFL season. But he's not the only one who's been eating too. Newly signed Alex Highsmith is coming off a massive game where he put up 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 2 quarterback hits, and 1 pass deflection. An MVP type of performance versus the Cleveland Browns on primetime. However, with that being said, everything hasn't been, sunshine and rainbows. With Cam Hayward being out, the main issue with this defense right now is stopping the run. And to be completely fair, they have gone up against some pretty elite running backs in Christian McCaffrey. They also went up against Nick Chubb. But even when Nick Chubb got hurt, unfortunately tearing his ACL, MCL, whatever it was, Jerome Ford actually stepped in and dominated as well. The Steelers currently rank number 32 in yards allowed per rush, number 32 in rush yards allowed per game, number 15 in rush touchdowns allowed per game. But on the bright side, they rank number 6 in completion percentage allowed, number 13 in pass yards allowed per game, number 5 in sack percentage. And with that being said, I feel like the Steelers are maybe just a few weeks out from completely dusting off all the rust in this defense and will turn things around in the run defensive game. Now, next Sunday, they do take on the Las Vegas Raiders, and this will be a perfect game to execute this game plan. However, before we jump into that part of the video and what they need to do versus the Raiders, I need you guys to do me a quick favor. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, man. We're going to be covering the Steelers all off season long in terms of, post-game analysis, pre-game coverage. We're also going to be live streaming some Steelers games throughout the future or throughout the season as well. Before we get back into the video, I need you guys to go check out Underdog Fantasy. When you use my promo code, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. You're getting a free $100. You would be stupid not to use it. Link is in the description and in the comment section down below. They also give out free picks as well. Basically, there was a one last week, Christian McCaffrey over half a yard. Easy money. But what I'm going to do is put in a slip for you guys. I'm going to go over 51 rushing yards for Najee Harris. I'm going to go over 7.5 targets for George Pickens. But I'm also going to go down to the defensive side of the ball and go, actually, we're going to not do the Pickens one. We're just going to do Alex Highsmith over 4 tackles and assists. And then for the Raiders, I'm going to go with... this is going to be a tough one, but I think I want to go with Josh Jacobs over 15.5 receiving yards. I feel like they get the ball to him a bunch. When you look at his last couple of games, he has 51 yards, 23 yards. I feel like this should be an easy hit for this game. So if you guys want to tail me, you guys can. If you want to fade me, you guys can. But go through these and let me know what your favorite slip is. Comment down below. But let's get right back into the video. Now, the offense has been very, mid, to say the very least. But this is where I want to hear from you guys. Does this have to do with Matt Canada's play calling, decision making, or is this the actual offense just really struggling? Personally, the play calling looked terrible versus the Browns, and right now the Steelers rank number 26 in points per game, number 31 in yards per game, and number 29 on third down conversion percentage. Obviously, just terrible. But the good news is they're going up against a Raiders team who isn't very good right now. They're allowing 27 points a game, 355 yards per game, and have been really bad in terms of stopping offenses on third down. So this is going to be an area or a matchup where the Steelers might actually have a pretty good day offensively, but when they really want to get to it, they're going to need to run the ball. The Raiders also rank number 26 in yards allowed per rush and number 27 in rushing yards per game. If the Steelers can get the run game going with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, two very solid backs. Jalen Warren looks so electric this year so far. He might even start to win the job as we continue to go forward. But if they can get going in this game, it is not only going to make them the better football team, but it's going to open up their passing game as well. The Raiders defense also allows they're 32nd in terms of opposition completion percentage allowed, which is crazy. They're allowing 81% of quarterback passes to be completed. That is insane. They're also ranking number 25 in sack percentage and number 28 in opposing intercept percentage. Kenny Pickett is going to have a day, or at least if he would have a game, this would be the game to put him in your fantasy lineup. This is a game he could have a really good one. The Raiders' pass defense, run defense just isn't there and needs to be a lot better. So let me know what you guys think about the Steelers team. Do you guys think they have what it takes to maybe not win the division, but get up there and make the playoffs? Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.